month actually, review of Rhino, my 2006 Ford Focus ZXW Wagon. Not a super duper, it's not a car of note per se, but it's been extremely helpful, and I actually enjoy driving it. I really do. So we put on it. I got married last year, moved about an hour and 15 minutes away from work. So driving this, 5-6 days a week during the summer for work, and it did really well. So I think the highest I paid for gas during the whole craziness was $4.75 a gallon for 87. So that definitely hurt a little bit with that many miles. I can see between, I think I've seen 29 as for the highest tank of gas, highest mileage. But I would say I probably normally see more about 27 mixed driving. So I've got some good highway areas option, like a toll road, and then there's the option I take more is a 2-lane road that's very sparsely populated, so you can just get out there and run and do it safely. So, but 27 is usually probably a safe bet. It creeps along real well on I-4 when I'm headed to church, and it'll handle the traffic, no problems at all. I'll show you this eventually, this little gauge that I got on here, so I could better read the check engine lights and so forth. It gives me the speed, RPM, and temperature. It's kind of a nice little fun gauge. Instead of looking down, I can just kind of look over real quick, and it's $45 off of Amazon, but it'll show me live data for the driving. So that's what I really got it for. So it had Michelin tires on it when I got it, were brand new. The guy, go back to one of our older videos, but new tires, new brakes all around, including rotors and drums. So just like updated parts, new water pump, thermostat, coolant. I don't think he had put a belt or idler on there, or the tensioner. So those things I did within in November, I think. You got the video where we were picking up my sister's Avalanche, and the belt tensioner let out, gave up the ghost, spun a bearing on 95. So that was exciting. So, but the rear shocks were real bad. So on some of the unsettled roads, I was driving on the highway at 70 miles an hour, it would kind of start walking back there. Yeah, very uncomfortable. I had to replace tires actually. They were Michelin, I forget the name of it, Defenders. Good tire, very soft tire, relatively quiet. But I actually had to replace those because I had two rights that wore terribly. And it was just horrendous how bad they were wearing. The inside, or the outsides were just terrible. I mean, I do corner, but still it was bald on one side and, a normal amount of tread on the outside, or inside. So that was of an issue, and we'll go into, we're going to do the lap around our Proving Ground airport here. But I've got some new Hercules tires. I went up to a 205 65 15 compared to the stock 195 65. And so that got me I think it got me an inch wider and about a half-inch total circumference taller. So, pardon me. So very, very made an improvement there. We'll talk about that in a minute. But overall, the car has been great. AC has worked flawlessly. Once I got the alignment fixed, it handled much better in the rain, and with the new tires combined, it's been much more pleasure to drive. Before, it would skate, and puddles would just grab the wheel and jerk it real bad, and really, really spooked me. But it's required very, very little maintenance, lots of oil changes, usually between 4,000 and 5,000 miles. 530 max life with a K&N filter, select filter. So, and fuel filter. I went ahead and updated my headlights, got the LEDs, and the LED fog lights made a huge night and day improvement. Did LEDs here, LEDs on the license plate, and it just really sparked it up. I painted the wheels with a vinyl coating at first, and then just last month, December, I went ahead and recoated them with some Krylon acrylic, just some cheap paint. Cleaned them up real good, brake cleaner, and then just resprayed them because I like this look better than the silver or black. It breaks it up just a little bit, so it looks nice, keeps a little bit modern. But you know, other things could do it. The stereo has been a lifesaver. We did the video mod on it so I can listen to DVDs while I'm driving. That's been very helpful for boredom. Podcast with the Bluetooth and the touchscreen has been exquisite. Really, really love it. But so far I've been very happy with the car. Everything's wearing pretty good. Nothing's really broke. I had that video where the bushing went out the shifter, so that was quite a life experience. Getting that finagled, but overall, it's been a very dependable car. If you'd asked me when I was 5 years old, I would have told you that Fords were terrible, Fords were the devil, and I wasn't going to drive anything else but Chevy for my entire life. And now, you know, when pinch, comes to pinch, I'm driving a Ford, and it's working good. I like it how it, tosses in the corner. I've been able to figure out the power band and really be able to enjoy it. Brake torquing it is, that's really fun there. Just being able to brake torque it and take off from a line and really spook some people. I really need to do a good video and take it to Speed World for fun, so that might be upcoming very soon, so wait for that. And we're going to do the tire test video now, and we'll be right back with you. Alright, so we got our tire review done. I'm really happy with all the Hercules tires I bought. Really, really impressed. They're doing great. I like them. I'm going to keep buying them. The ones in the truck are doing good. The Suburbans are wearing great. They're quiet. They're quiet tires. They seem to last. But anyways, so car's doing great. I'm actually going pretty quick through here. I'm used to driving it quick now. Honestly, I love the wagon design. I would like to stick with a wagon. I'd like a little bit more power, and I think if I had 2 more speeds, I really think I could get some better mileage. I really do. But overall, it's decently comfortable. We drove down to Miami to check out the zoo all in one day, and that's about a 4-hour drive roughly. These seats aren't the most comfortable. But overall, for 2006, the ride handling characteristics for the overall stock suspension are doing pretty well. The boots aren't torn, the CD axles had already been replaced, sway bar links and all that seem to be back there in decent shape for, we're getting close to 20 years old, right up there. So considering how old the components are, not bad. But I do like the seating position's nice. That's been pretty good. I'd love to get it tinted, but I've survived. I've been doing pretty good. Leave at 6 o'clock in the dark. Sometimes I'm driving home around 7 o'clock in the dark. So not really a huge factor, except for on a day like this. But overall, very, very happy with the car. Only issue, I did do the fuel pump because I thought we were going to be driving up to Kentucky. Had a real big issue, and I still do, with the fuel gauge not reading correctly. It has gradually worked itself so it reads farther below than 3/4, but it used to sit right on F with the old fuel pump. Fuel pump didn't go out, but now the new level, because I got the whole pump sending unit, etc. But it just doesn't read correctly. But I know I have roughly a 220 to 240 mile range, a safe range. So I just fill up around 220, 230, I'm good to go. But fuel tank really wasn't that bad to remove either. So I was surprised. Obviously, the less gas you get in there, the better. But you can really manhandle it pretty well. I believe it's a 11 to 12 gallon tank, I believe. So not too shabby. But it's been a very good car, godsend, honestly, I think. So I was looking, I wasn't even looking at Focuses, but this one popped up on Craigslist, and it's like, well, Probably paid a little bit more for it, being the 55, but the market was crazy at that time. And for only 80,000 miles, it was a really good deal. So, so from the year, so it's been a year and a month, I have put on here 26,000 miles. In fact, I've got 6 miles to go until 106,000. So it's done really well. I did that transmission fluid change, filter and everything. Looks great. Put the Mercron LV back in. So overall, things chugging good. It might have a good resale value. I'd love to be able to get into a Subaru Outback. Maybe an Impreza wagon, but I'm really liking to get into an Outback. So I like the shape. I like the great. It's not a crossover. It's not a small SUV. It's a wagon. You got those car characteristics. So I'm thinking a Subaru Outback was probably would be a good next step. So, but we'll see. We will see. Things to check out in the future. Ooh, Power Wagon on the lot. Cool. Alright, thanks for watching. This is 1 year review of a Ford Focus station wagon. We did a little video clip of on Instagram of different Ford Focus commercials. Hilarious how they promoted this car. But it's been really good. One thing I'd like to do would be to take like a 07 to 10 front end and do the whole front end swap, maybe interior too. But probably not going to worry about that, but it would look neat because from 07 to 10, they did not make the station wagon. So another thing is too, if you want to lower a ZKW, you have to get a different, they do not sell a lowering kit for these cars. You can do a front from the SVT hatch or sedan. Good night, what is that? But you don't. There's no lowering kits really available for the wagon. So keep that in mind if you're wanting to make a sport hatch out of it or whatever. So there you go. Thanks for watching. We'll give you a little review of the tires here eventually and go from there.